Yeah. You know what it is? We got another classic episode of the Miller Experience, and we have a very special guest. Every guest is special, but this one right here is dynamic. But before I introduce you guys to our guest, I just want to thank you guys for liking and subscribing to the channel. We're currently at 1,061 subs. You guys keep sharing, keep liking, keep commenting. And yo, we're going to bring you more great content. Today, we got my co-host, Victor, and our very special guest. He's a boxer, MMA fighter. He got a big fight coming up this weekend, this Saturday, March 22nd, against Ulysses Diaz. My man, Brian Maxwell. What's up, B?
What's going on, man? Thank you for having me.
Man, thank you for being on. I see you got a nightcap gear on. What's up, Uncle and Ocho?
Yes, sir. Always, man. Like they're part of my biggest supporters out here.
That's what's up. That's what's up. But before we get started on that, man, let's talk about the fight this Saturday, man. What do you expect tonight on Saturday? Obviously, we expecting victory, but how do you prepare for this fight? You know, what's your mindset going on March 22nd?
Man, my mindset is through the roof right now. Like this is the most confident I've been in a while going into a fight. Even though me and my opponent have fought each other before and I lost the first time, I think he is still banking on that a little bit and underestimating me. And you know, this fight, like I said, I'm super confident about it that I'm going to get this win because, you know, this fight is giving me back some tools that I haven't been able to use in boxing or in bare knuckle fighting. And it's giving me my elbows back. It's giving me my heavy clinch work back. And, you know, if I knock him down, I get to use ground and pound. And that's basically what I was doing before I was doing boxing or bare knuckle anyway. So, you know, me being able to use those tools again makes me feel like super high level now. So it's going to be Saturday. It's going to be one to watch. A lot of people are, of course, saying I'm the underdog, blah, blah, blah. But also a lot of people are saying it's going to be fight of the night.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. Now, you brought it up. I forgot, my bad on that. I forgot to mention this in my intro that you are a bare knuckle champion. So let me ask you this, man.
I'm not a bare knuckle champion yet.
Oh, let's put it out there, man. You know, we gotta come on, man. We gotta put it out there in the universe. We gotta put it out there in the universe.
I gotta work my way back up the ladder for that, but you know, it's gonna come within the next year.
So let me ask you this: what's the difference between bare knuckles and with boxing? Obviously, I know one's no gloves and one's with gloves, but tell me, like, you got to have a different psyche to be a bare knuckle fighter, right?
I mean, you know, it's a part of being an athlete. You got to have a different mental regardless. But, you know, the difference is timing. You know, difference is distance. And, you know, in bare knuckle, of course, you can use the clinch a little bit. In boxing, you can't. But mentally, I mean, it's basically the same, to be quite honest. It just, you know, with boxing, you're getting punched with a glove on, and bare knuckle boxing, you're getting punched without a glove on. And it still has some of the same effects, but not some of the same effects. You feel what I'm saying? So, I mean, to me, it's each its own, but I like both.
Now, I'm a former athlete, and I used to play football. I played football in high school and also college, and also wrestled in high school. And, you know, they always say for you to wrestle and play football, you got to have a little bit of screw lesson. They say the same thing about boxing. You got to have a little bit of screw loose. What made you get into boxing? Like, what growing up, what made you want to become what you are now?
Always telling my mom that one day that I was going to be a professional athlete, no matter what I was going to do, like whether it was going to be a professional wrestler, which that went quickly out the window after college, or a professional football player, which that went out the window at the beginning of college. But, you know, I always told my mom I was going to do something with myself and make her proud and be a professional athlete. And, you know, where I'm from, like there's probably a handful of professional athletes that come from where I come from. And I told my mom, like I said, I told my mom that one day I was going to be one of those athletes, and I didn't want to waste or put my athletic ability behind me and never use it. You feel what I'm saying? So, yeah, that's where I'm at. And where I'm at right now, I'm very gracious and blessed to be at.
So hold on, Vic, before you get your question, I want to ask him this real quick. Two things: what school did you went to, and also why you stop football? What happened in football that made you say nah?
So I went to a high school called Frank County High School.
Okay.
If you ever seen the movie called Lawless, that's where I'm from, the moonshine capital of the world. And you know, I was getting football letters in high school, and I didn't even play football. I didn't get a lot of play time. I played not much at all, and I was getting football letters, which was crazy to me. I was more of a wrestler. So the wrestling letters were like this, and the football letters were like this, and I'm like, why am I getting football letters? And when I got to college, I started to play football, and then I got that dreaded phone call, and I had to go in the office with my wrestling coach and the football coach of the football team. And since I was there on a full wrestling scholarship, I had to make a choice of, hey, do you want to wrestle or do you want to play football? And of course, I had to choose wrestling because that's what I was there to do. And so that's when I stopped playing football. I still played and busted some ass on pickup games and flag football games on campus, though. So, yeah.
What you play, defensive end, or you like a defensive end or tight end?
Neither, man. I was small. Like I was in high school. I didn't gain weight till the summer of going to college. When I graduated high school, I was 150 pounds.
Okay.
And by the time that I got to college, I was 174 pounds because those college workouts hit different. And my college wrestling coach wanted me to wrestle at 174, and then so that's what I gained weight to. So yeah, I wanted to, but when I started playing college ball and practicing and stuff, I was playing at quarterback because I was a left-handed person, and I love to throw the ball left-handed. But I didn't play that much in high school. But like it's crazy. I feel like I learned the game of football too late, and I was starting to peak because I felt like ain't no way that I should be busting some of these college dudes' asses like this. And I ain't even play that much in high school, and that shit was crazy. Like I still don't understand that.
Hey, Vic, what was your question?
Yeah. So you say you wrestled in college, but you didn't go into professional wrestling, but instead you ended up in boxing and now bare knuckle. How did that happen? Why did professional wrestling happen, but you end up in boxing? Anyway.
I mean, of course, I've been around wrestling since I was literally 4 years old, but I didn't actually get to wrestle until I had to sneak to do it at 13. And, I wrestled from there all the way to college. And, what got me to where I'm at basically now is, hanging with my roommates and us fighting people on campus because we were wrestlers and stuff at frat parties. And one of my teammates, he was a big UFC fan. Of course I knew what UFC was, but I didn't really know what UFC was. And he was like, man, I'm about to turn on these fights. Let's watch these fights tonight. And I was like, shit, bet, let's watch these fights. And we had gotten out of practice late, and the main event was literally walking out when he turned the TV on, and it was Anderson Silva fighting that night as the main event. And automatically I was interested from that point. Was one, his walkout was dope. Two, when he got into the ring, that was dope. And the way he fought, that was super dope. And that I told myself that night that I was going to make that my favorite fighter. And, fighting is sparking my interest. So I said, well, if I ever got the chance to do it, I was going to do it. And, after college, I dabbled in life, partied with my friends, and bullshitted around with no responsibilities. And, literally, like I said, 2 years after college, I finally got an opportunity to have my first amateur fight, and it's been game time since then.
Word. Yo, June of 2021. How do you end up fighting Chad Ochocinco, man?
Yeah.
Like literally, I say about 6-7 months ago, found out that the person who got me the fight, you know, I guess he's a big time guy in the boxing world and combat sports world, but mainly boxing because his dad is well known in boxing too.
Yeah.
My guy Nelson Lopez Jr. and pardon me, he told me like, "Hey, remember that favor I did for you? Remember that favor you done for me in January of that same year?" I said, "Yes, sir." And, you know, we started talking about it. And then he was like, "Well, you know how you got that Chad fight, right?" And I was like, "No, it's been for almost 4 years and I still don't know who got me that fight or how that fight even came to fruition." And he's like, "It was me." He's like, "I returned the favor to give a favor. And, you know, you helped me out, so I helped you out." And that's how I found out who got me the fight. And till this day, I'm super gracious for that fight. That fight literally goes viral still to this day, at least
Yeah, man.
3 to 4 times a year. Like it's usually peak football season, or it's like when like two big boxing names are about to fight
Yeah.
each other, and then all of a sudden that fight will just go viral out of nowhere. At least, like I said, like 2 to 3 times a year, which is still crazy, and it's been 4 years.
What's your relationship with Unc and Ocho right now? You still have a strong relationship with them?
Yes, sir. Look, you see what I got on?
Yeah, I see. I see the nightcap. I see the gear. I saw you on Instagram today posting it, had a video on. I see it.
Yes, sir. All day.
All
those
day,
are my
man.
guys, man. Like those are my shoot. I got a nightcap shirt on now. Like those. Like Chad and Unk, that's my peoples, man. Chad is one of my biggest supporters in this fight game. We developed a friendship and a bond after we fought. He even walked out with me at my very next fight after me and him fought. And, you know, if you watch several episodes of Nightcap, they still mention me every once in a blue moon on the show. And,
Oh yeah.
you know, all this Nightcap stuff, they hit me up and send me stuff. So I got basically the whole lineup of Nightcap stuff, from hats to beanies to shirts to shorts to sweatpants to hoodies, all the above. And you know, I look out for them like they look out for me. And when they send me stuff, I post it. You feel what I'm saying? So, and that's in a major way for them, you know, looking out and staying relevant with me and showing support.
Word. Shout out to Unc and Ocho, man. I'm a big supporter of them guys. I love their show. I know they get a lot of hate, man, but hey, sometimes you got to cancel that criticism, man, and keep doing what you're doing. I got much love for them.
Yeah.
Even though I think Unc went live on purpose. What you say, B?
Yeah,
Shout out to
Michelle. Hey, every time he does a Club Shay Shay interview, somebody get on him every time.
Somebody get on him. Yeah.
He's gonna let that down.
Yeah,
tell us about the Dirty Boxing Championship. Tell us about that organization.
So far, so good. I mean, it's been a few hiccups, but you know, with a new promotion, that's expected. Everything in the beginning is not going to be as fine tuned as it should. There's been a few hiccups, but you know, everything is straight with me because you know I'm used to doing this all the time. So it's like, you know, I always got everything in order before I even get here or give any details or anything in general. But you know, with Dirty Boxing, Mike Perry and the team, they've been great to me so far. You know, they got me standing in a nice place, nice safe place, and you know, they promoted me a little bit, and you know, it's been wonderful, man. I'm just excited to be able to fight again because I haven't fought like physically in like a year and a half, and this is me coming back to fight, and I'm super excited. Whether it didn't matter if I'm fighting a person I'm fighting or not. Like, this is me welcoming myself back to fighting again, which is great and awesome since the passing of my mother. You feel what I'm saying?
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, bro. Sorry. Yeah. Is that why you haven't fight so long, because of passing your mom?
My mom actually just passed away December 31st, like literally 2 hours before the clock, before the new year.
Wow.
And you know, I was actually supposed to be on Dirty Boxing's first event that they had a private event for, and you know, I had to turn it down due to some contract stuff, and you know, opponent backed out anyway. And you know, everything that was going on with my mom, she was having more bad days than good things, and bad days than good days, and I didn't want to be all the way down here in Florida and then something happens to her and I have that burden on me that damn I should have been there with her instead of taking this fight. And you know, so I didn't take that fight for this first event. But like I said, man, this is my welcome back party. And I went into camp literally a week after my mom's funeral because the matchmaker hit me up and I was like, I wasn't going to take it at first, but it's an opportunity. I'm an opportunist, and the opponent, I fought him before, so you know I'm going to let him stay on his high horse about that and prove him wrong and show him something different. And you know, this was what my mother would want me to do, is to keep myself busy and keep the grind going and keep striving for success.
That's right.
Right.
Vic, you got a question?
Yeah, so you have a fight coming up Saturday. The someone who may be new to boxing, what's the schedule like when you're training for a fight?
So with me, this is the first time in I say about 5 or 6 years that, you know, I call it dark mode. I went into a dark place this fight camp. I took things back to the beginning. I started working on the basics. I actually basically lived in the gym this whole fight camp. Like literally live, breathe, cry, hurt, all that inside the gym this whole fight camp. And, you know, sometimes I usually do 1-a-day practices, but this time I've been doing, you know, like every Sunday or every Saturday when I'm free, I'll do either I'll take a break as a rest day, or I'll do a 2 or 3-a-day gym session to get that extra work. So I know that there's no doubt or anything going through my head that's going to end wrong heading into this fight. But man, I've been locked in. This is the first time in a long time. Like I said, I've been super locked in for a fight, and it's going to show in 2 more days.
Hey, I'm gonna let you. Hey, I got one more question. I'm gonna let you go. I know you need to get your rest. You got a big fight coming up Saturday, man. So what do you have to say to your naysayers that doubting you for this fight? What are they going to see from Brian Maxwell on Saturday night? And also, how will we be able to watch this match on Saturday night?
First of all, the way to watch, just look up Dirty Boxing. It's gonna be for free on YouTube since it's their first event. Okay. And you know, this fight start at 7. I think the prelims start at 7, but I don't know if they're gonna show the prelims on YouTube or not. So they're probably just gonna the main card that I'm on, because I'm the featured fight of the night, starts at 9 o'clock. So I'll be fighting a little bit after 9. Okay. And you know, my message to the naysayers is stay tuned. It's about to go down.
There you go. So remember, guys, on YouTube, he's the main card, 9 p.m. Dirty Boxing, yes, YouTube. Make sure you check him out. I'm gonna be watching. Hey, I'm gonna hit you up after the match, bro. Victory, baby. I'm gonna give you that victory text, baby.
Yes, sir.
Hey, man, B, thank you for coming on the show. Good luck Saturday night. Stay blessed, man. Be careful. Take care of yourself. Yes, enjoy Miami, baby.
yeah, this is a business trip. Ain't no time to enjoy it.
I got you.
This is business. And then I'm going home, and then I can have some fun when I get home.
There you go. Well, good luck. Hey, guys, make sure you watch Brian against Maxwell versus Diaz Saturday night, YouTube, March 22nd, Dirty Boxing Championship. Make sure you check them out.
Yes, sir.
All right, B. I'll holler at you later, man. I'll meet you up Saturday, bro. Good luck.
All right, thank you. Appreciate you for having me.
All right, man. All right, guys. Thank you for liking and subscribing to the show. Make sure you keep sharing. So tell a friend to tell a friend.